Hello sewers, I'm Carrie and this is Sew Darn Fun, a channel about clothing alterations and other fun sewing stuff. Today we are going to talk about silhouette patterns, St. John's top, and some of the construction issues that might be a little bit unclear in the guide sheet. I hope to walk you through those and help you be successful making your own St. John's top. Let's just get down to it. Here you see the pieces we are working with. We've got the back piece here. This is the front overlay, front piece, and then the two sleeve pieces right here. This front overlay will be sewn at the shoulders and one of the armholes. The neck is a cowl, so it's going to hang independent of the neck edge. What I have here is the front. I've got the darts sewn in. And here's the front overlay. I'm just going to flop it up here. It looks kind of funny. I finished off this edge here, this curved edge at the top, which makes the cowl, and this straight edge here, and the bottom edge here of the overlay. So before you do anything else, finish off this edge, and the bottom, as well of course as the French darts on your underpiece. This is how the cowl goes together. You'll notice this little angle right here. That just folds back. Fold it to the wrong side and just hold it together with a pin. Same with the other side. Also, we need to mark 1/2 inch in from the neck edge. And make sure that that 1/2 inch is marked so that it goes at least 3/8 inches down so that you can position your overlay correctly. So I can see those marks. And these parts that you just folded, pin it along that mark that you just made. This neck edge will get finished later. Then pin the outside shoulder. Then you've got all this in here. Remember, this pin is just holding back the piece I folded under. I have these two little slash marks I made where there's darts marked on the pattern. They almost don't matter, but they kind of help you get it in the right area. So I just put those little slash marks together and fold whatever is extra of my fabric that way, toward the neck. I'm going to reuse this pin here in the middle. Just going to take it back out and pin through all those layers. And same with the other side. First, pin the folded part of the cowl against that mark that's 1/2 inch away from the neck edge, but make sure that it's still pinned in 1/2 inch, 3/8 inches down this way, which is going to be your seam allowance when you sew your shoulder seams. Then again, the outer corner here of the shoulder. Now let's find those little hash marks right there. Put them together. Fold it toward the neck. Looks like I've got extra stuff going on here. Let's refold that. My fabric is very soft and squirrely, so it's kind of hard to feel it. All right, that's how we want it. Okay, there we go. Now, those are pinned. Don't fall off. My next step, now Peggy doesn't say to do this in the pattern, And you don't have to, but for me, it's easier to have some of these areas basted so that I just don't get confused with what's going on. And to make this demonstration easier, it's probably better for me to have these basted. So I'm going to base the armhole on this side. Now on this side, you'll notice that the armhole on the overlay does not go all the way. It's not supposed to. It only goes part way. So however far it goes down, that's where you're going to pin it. I will come back after I have this done on the machine. I will baste this armhole, this shoulder, and this partial armhole. Be back in a jiffy. Okay, now this is what we have. The overlay attached to the underlay. I did decide to baste this side edge here. I didn't have anything to lose since the bottom is already finished on the overlay. Everything is attached where it's going to be going. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and sew the back onto the front. We'll probably sew the sleeves in, and then at the very end I'll show you what I do to finish this neck edge. That isn't really quite so clear in the pattern, but it just makes sense. So I'm not going to show you those things, but I'll do it off camera, and we'll show you when I get back what it looks like, and then we'll hit that neck edge. Here's my top so far. Everything is sewn together. All I need to do are the hems, sleeves, bottom, and neck. On the neck edge, I have pressed it under 1/2 of an inch. I have not serged it because in my case, I will use my cover lock machine because around my neck edge, I really want maximum stretch, and for me, that's what works. So what I am going to do, let me zoom in really close here, is you see if I turn it under, I can't just stitch all the way around without the overlay getting in the way. So I'm going to break my stitching. So on the front portion, I'll flip the overlay back and start stitching real close to it. This way. And then when I get to the other side, I will stop right there. I'll flip it forward, and then I'll start stitching again, which means I have to cut the thread, etc. Just like starting a new seam. And then I'll go all the way across the back, come to the overlay, and then it will be done, and I'll break my stitching there. So let me go get that done, and I will be back to show you. Ta-da! Here's my finished top. Everything is done. Let's show you that neck edge. Here's where the overlay attaches. This is the front. Nice, neat neck edge. And the stitching is broken right here. So I quit stitching there and picked right back up on this side. So on the inside, there's just a teeny tiny little gap where there's no stitching. Take a breath. It's okay. It's just a very small section, but it's the only way to make it nice and neat. And I like how the overlay comes all the way up to the same level as all these other seams. It just looks so nice. So if you've hopped on here just to get a little help with the instructions for this top, that portion of this video is finished. I'm gonna go put this on and see what it looks like. This top has a beautiful outer layer that makes a cowl. It has a base layer. They're attached together. There's this lovely, lovely asymmetric cut to the overlay that is not attached to the underlay. The side is open. It is attached at the other side. And it is just a wonderful, beautiful, easy to make top that's very flattering and very comfortable. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this video informative, and that if you've been struggling with St. John's top, that you found my tips helpful to you. If you have, please leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.